What if we told you that a tiny 5-naira banknote could tell the story of Nigeria's independence, one of its most important political leaders, and a traditional cultural performance from southeastern Nigeria? At first glance, this may look like an ordinary low-valued banknote. The first thing that catches our attention is the portrait of Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. But who was he? And why does he appear on Nigeria's currency? Balewa, also known as Golden Voice of Africa, was one of the key figures in Nigeria's transition from British colonial rule to independence. He became Nigeria's Chief Minister and designated Prime Minister on 30th August, 1957, under British colonial administration, and continued to serve until 1966. When Nigeria gained independence from Britain on 1st October, 1960, Balewa became the country's first Prime Minister as an independent nation. During this important period, he worked toward national unity, represented Nigeria internationally, and played a role in the formation of the Organization of African Unity, the organization that later became the African Union. His political career, however, came to a tragic end. On 15th January, 1966, during Nigeria's first military coup, Balewa was overthrown and killed, bringing his nearly 9-year tenure to an abrupt end. Yet his legacy lived on. His portrait on this 5-naira banknote serves as a reminder of a leader who stood at one of the most important turning points in Nigeria's journey toward nationhood and independence. Nigeria is one of Africa's largest and most culturally diverse countries, with the capital as Abuja. The country's currency is the Naira, introduced in 1973, replacing the Nigerian pound. The Central Bank of Nigeria is responsible for issuing the country's banknotes. And this is important because Nigerian banknotes don't simply represent monetary value. They also showcase the country's history, people, culture, and national identity. Now, let's turn the banknote over. And here, the story changes from politics to culture. Instead of a political leader, we see 4 Nkpokiti dancers with drums, along with the Nigerian coat of arms, the denomination, and the name of the Central Bank of Nigeria. But who are these dancers, and why were they chosen for the banknote? The Nkpokiti dancers represent a traditional cultural performance associated with southeastern Nigeria, featuring music, drums, and dance. The dancers represent the importance of tradition, music, community, and celebration in Nigerian culture. So, in just 2 sides, this small 5-naira banknote brings together 2 important parts of the nation: the people who shaped Nigeria's history, and the culture that gives the nation its identity. Beneath the watermark is the coat of arms of Nigeria, which contains several important national symbols. The black shield represents Nigeria's fertile soil. The white Y-shaped element represents the meeting of the Niger and Benue rivers. 2 horses stand on either side of the shield, while an eagle appears above it. The national motto is Unity and Faith, Peace and Progress. This motto is especially appropriate when looking at the overall design of the banknote. The dimensions of this banknote is 151 to 78 millimeters. A watermark of heraldic eagle, it is incorporated into the paper and becomes visible when the banknote is held against a light source. This makes it much more difficult to reproduce accurately using ordinary printing techniques. The note also has recorded ultraviolet activity. Under ultraviolet light, certain areas of the banknote can respond to fluorescent illumination. This is the story contained within the 2 sides of the banknote. On one side, we have a man who helped lead Nigeria during its journey toward independence. On the other side, we have traditional dancers representing the country's cultural heritage. This is Nigeria, its leaders, its people, its culture, and its identity. If you like the content of the video, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.